to the Level Up, the place to be for on-the-rise professionals who want to level up their brand, their presence, their career, and their lives. You're in the right place. I'm Rasheryl McCreary, an executive leadership coach and the CEO of Dow Leadership Development. So today I want to continue our discussion and coaching around how to deal with overwhelm. So many of us are just completely consumed with feelings of overwhelm, of not being able to get things done, of lots of churn, lots of change, lots of multitasking. We have kids at home. We're trying to meet deadlines. We're trying to work remotely. All of these things are happening at once, creating a lot of stress, a lot of overwhelm. And here's what happens when we're overwhelmed. In addition to the stress that happens, we get sort of fuzzy thinking and low productivity, and then some of our other habits fall by the wayside, right? The other things that we do to support ourselves. Here's what you need to overcome overwhelm. You need a protocol, right? You need a protocol. Think about this. If you were an athlete or a performer, if you've been either one of those things, you know that on game day, you have to have a protocol. In order to perform at a high level, you have to do certain things in the morning. You have to do certain things the night before. You have practice that you do all the way along so that when it comes time to perform, whether it's in a game or whether it's on a stage, you're prepared. That muscle memory kicks in, the protocols you have in place, the practice you've done supports you in performing at a high level. Well, here's the thing. We're right now in the same kind of situation. Every day, Monday through Friday, or whatever your work day is game day. That's game day. And so the things that you're doing to support your high level performance are going to determine whether or not you are overcome with overwhelm, or whether you actually overcome overwhelm, right? And master overwhelm. So here's what you need to do. Number one, you got to get a protocol, right? A protocol. You have to have some kind of structure set up in your day that supports you in high performance. Here's what I recommend to my clients. I think with my clients, I call it a high performance protocol or a power protocol. So here's what I suggest to them. First, you need a morning protocol. That means a morning routine that is pretty set. That there are certain things that you do in the morning that set you up for success. So for instance, it could be I'm a meditator, so I meditate and I practice mindfulness. So for me, every morning I meditate for at least 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. That is part of my morning protocol that sets me up for success. Now, you don't have to do that, but you do have to find something that is going to allow you to have 10 minutes at least of time just to yourself, that you carve out in the morning to get yourself centered, get yourself anchored. You can read something inspiring. Sometimes I will read something inspiring, either spiritual in nature, or if I'm reading an inspiring biography about somebody who I really admire, I might read a passage from that, or I might read poetry, something that just inspires me for the day. I'm going to read a little bit of that to support myself, to get my mindset in the place of inspiration, in the place of possibility, not bogged down with checking my phone, checking my email, and already bogged down. So get yourself a morning protocol where you spend 10 minutes doing something that feeds you. Read something inspiring, take the dog out for a walk, go sit outside in your backyard, get in the pool, whatever it is that you need to do to support yourself, do that. Because you have to get yourself into a centered state, into that positive mindset to move through the rest of your day. Now, the second thing is have an evening protocol. So you need something that happens in the evening that prepares you for moving into restfulness. So again, if we go back to that game analogy, sports analogy, or performance analogy, for many of you who are athletes, you know that if you have a big game the next day, there's certain things you're not going to do the night before. Like you're not going to drink, 5 bottles of wine or whatever, right? You're not going to sit up and binge watch Netflix the night before a big game. You're not going to, drink the wine and binge Netflix the night before the game. Like you're probably going to make sure you're well hydrated. You're going to make sure you get enough rest. You're going to go to sleep at a certain time. You're going to turn off your devices. So if the game is the next day at work for you, I think it's worth thinking about what is a night protocol that you can put in place for yourself that helps you disengage, helps you shut everything down, helps you calm yourself down. So calm down that stress response and be present to the life that's happening in your house. Like if you have a family, being able to actually be present with your family. If you don't have a family, being able to just be present with yourself. So you need an evening protocol, and it may look like, shutting off your devices at a certain time, not eating after a certain time, making sure you have enough water, or cutting off your water at a certain time so you aren't up all through the night. But it's really important to make sure that whatever you do, you disengage and you set up enough time for you to sleep and rest peacefully and restfully, because you need that energy. You need that physical energy, that mental clarity in order to navigate through the overwhelm you're going to feel once you get back into the game, once you get into the game the next day. So that's what I recommend also for overwhelm, is that you need a protocol, which is going to structure yourself. You structure your day. You need a morning protocol that gives you just 10 minutes at least to yourself that you carve out to get yourself fed, mentally inspired. And you need an evening protocol as a way to end your day, as a way to disengage from work so that you can rest well and be ready to go into that game and to perform like the rock star you are. So that is the coaching I want to leave with you today. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to put them right below. And I look forward to the next episode of The Level Up. I'm Rasheryl McCreary. Enjoy.